it looks like they're going to need that. They're going to need their clubs to make this contract, because the dummy is going to show up with a 6-card club suit, right? If you're playing in hearts, you're on lead against hearts, so it's good. So the long clubs are going to be the dummy, all right?
No, it's the declarer.
Right?
No, the declarer.
Let's call it north and south. South is declaring. You're west on lead. North is one of big clubs. All right. Well, process of elimination. Let's eliminate leads that are clearly wrong. What don't you want? Yeah, don't lead the ace of clubs. It's not going anywhere. Dummy has a bunch of clubs. Declare probably wants to set them up. And if Declare has a club void, this lead could be catastrophic, right? If Dummy shows up with king, queen, jack, yada yada of clubs, and you just lead the ace and let him rough it, now you've set up Dummy's suit and they can take whatever pitches they need on those long clubs. Your ace of clubs, if you're getting it, is going absolutely nowhere. This is an important situation. We have to recognize what tricks can go away, what tricks can't go away. All right, so let's definitely not lead a club. Does anybody want to lead a trump? Good, because I'd call you a wimp. A coward. Yeah. All right, so it's down to a spade or a diamond. Well, you do have a sequence. You have a natural diamond lead. All right, now think about it. They have been a slam. You have an ace and a king. Provided the opponents haven't completely lost their minds, which there's always a small chance of that. It happens to all of us. Remember, that's one of your defenses for bad bidding. Temporary insanity. Very fleeting. It may have only lasted 20 seconds. You can try and offer that to partner when they don't like your bid, but temporary insanity. No, we assume that the opponents have their bids. Even if the slam doesn't make, we think that they are in at least a reasonable contract that has some play. Do you really think your partner has a big diamond?
No.
Your partner doesn't have the ace, almost certainly doesn't have the king of diamonds. That seems very unlikely. In fact, there's not room for partner to have much at all. Could partner have the queen of spades?
Yes.
I mean, that may be about the max. Let me ask you this. Let's say partner's completely broke. Partner has 0 high card points, which is a possibility on this auction. If partner has 0 high card points and you let a spade away from your king and your opponent scored the jack or queen, do you think you're costing yourself a trick? Probably not, right? Because what's going to happen? They're going to draw trump. They're going to knock out your ace of clubs, and any spade pitches they need, or diamond pitches if that's where they want to pitch, are going to go away on the clubs after trumps are drawn. So you want to envision, how is this hand going to play out? You're trying to envision this before you see the dummy and before you see any signals from partner or anything like that. In fact, if there is a way to beat this hand, doesn't it almost require partner to have the queen of spades?
Yes.
And we force it out? We force out the opponent's ace and set up our king before they push out that card. All right, well, it turns out that's exactly what we need to do on this hand. So let's look at the full deal. And you are going to see that If you don't lead a spade, they are making this slam. Because partner has but 2 high card points, but they are the 2 high card points that you need. Partner has the queen of spades. So that's the full deal. What if you go with the nice, safe, comfortable, cozy, risk-free, as it seems, 10 of diamonds? What happens? They win. They actually have some wastage in diamonds. Ace third opposite king, queen, jack. They win the diamond. They play 3 rounds of trump to get your trumps drawn. They play a club toward the king. You should probably take your ace if you want it before it gets roughed out. So you fly with your ace, and now if you've set up your spade, you cash it to set it, right? But if you let a diamond, what happens? And now say, oh, maybe I should have let a spade. And now you lead a spade. Well, it's too late now. Had to be on opening lead. What if partner's queen was the queen of diamonds instead of the queen of spades? You were never beating 6 hearts, ever. That would have required partner to be on lead, to lead through these. You were on lead, leading away from the king, right? So unless, and it's hard to imagine hearts playing from the other side, since it's South who has the good 6-card hearts. Leading away from your king against a slam. Sounds shocking, but unlikely to cost, and may be the only way to beat it. This becomes especially important if you're ever playing teams where you have 0 concern about an over trick. If 6 hearts is always making, and for some reason leading away from the king of spades gave them their 13th trick, and their 6 hearts making 7 instead of 6 hearts making 6. All right, well, maybe that's bad at match points. But I would attack all the time, whether I'm playing match points or teams with this. So you have to consider what there's room for partner to hold. And if you need partner to have a specific card, and you realize, hey, the only way we're beating this hand is if partner holds that card, then you assume partner has that card and you lead accordingly. And if partner doesn't have that card, then you did not have the right cards to beat the contract. So is that actually a simpler proposition maybe than it seems? Anybody have any questions about that?
I'm just having a lot of trouble with that diamond suit because I would always leave that.
But that's because you're on autopilot. And you see a sequence, lead a sequence, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to
Not
do.
only that, but you've got
When you're defending, we're trying to get you off of autopilot.
But not only that, but you've got 5 of them there, so my partner could be voided, or my partner could have the ace, or my partner could have that queen, and then.
All right. Well, if it makes you feel any better, let me ask you this question. Holding the exact same hand, and the opponents stop at 4 hearts and don't bid a slam. What do you lead? I would probably lead the 10 of diamonds against game. But that's because if they stop a game and they don't bid slam, I know partner's got a card or 2 over there. And there is probably not as much urgency to attack. I may get a second chance. Partner may have the ace of spades if they don't bid a slam, right? They could be missing 2 key cards. So if they're only in 4 hearts and nobody's made a slam try, yeah, I'd probably lead the 10 of diamonds. And then when they push out the ace of clubs, I would say, okay, well, I better try and take whatever spades we have got. Now, if you switch to a spade and partner had the queen but not the ace, okay, yeah, you may come up 1 trick short. Maybe they'll make 6 when you could have held them to 5 if you started with a spade. you'd also probably have a lot of company. So it may sound strange, but yeah, actually we want you to attack. It's even more imperative that you attack against slam than if they just stop a game and nobody even makes a slam turn. Right? We could have the exact same auction that we saw and just cut off that last jump to 6 hearts. 1 club, 1 heart, 3 clubs, 3 hearts, 4 hearts. All right, well, they bid a game. I don't know if I'd call it vigorous. It's kind of in between. Nobody made a slam try. Yeah, I like the 10 of diamonds better against that auction. And if it turned out that you needed to lead a spade, well, you know what? You probably would have a lot of company, a lot of other people that wouldn't lead the spade either. But against the slam, yeah, I'm leading a spade. Right or wrong, I'm leading a spade. You know, this is a good segue point probably to take our break. So we want to move into talking about the passive defense next. So why don't we break for a few minutes? Bathroom, coffee, water.